All right, let's dive into something I think is super exciting. We're talking about a powerful trio of tools that lets literally anyone run some pretty sophisticated AI right on their own computer. No supercomputer required. Have you ever seen a new AI model drop and just thought, wow, that is incredible, but there's no way I could ever use that myself, right? It's a question I hear all the time, and today we're going to pull back the curtain and demystify that whole process.
Well, the secret sauce is what I like to call the holy trinity of local AI development. We've got three key platforms: Hugging Face, Llama, and GitHub. And you'll see they work together beautifully to take AI out of the cloud and put it directly on your machine.
Okay, so first up, let's start at the very beginning. Our first stop is Hugging Face. The best way to think about it, it's the great library of the entire AI world. This is where everything kicks off.
Just imagine for a second, if the whole world of AI was a giant global bookstore. Hugging Face would be the biggest, most packed one on the planet. It's the central hub where researchers and developers from all over share their open source models, the data they were trained on, and even little demo apps. So this is where you go to get the raw ingredients. You know, if you're looking for a language model like Llama 3, or maybe an image generator like Stable Diffusion, the actual core files are right here. And what makes it so incredibly useful is its key feature, the Transformers library. It's basically the industry standard, a common language for loading and working with thousands of different models, so developers don't have to start from scratch every single time. It's a huge time saver.
Okay, so you found your raw model files from the library. Now what? I mean, these things can be a real beast to get up and running on your own. And that's where the second member of our Trinity comes in, a Llama. I like to think of it as the universal translator and host.
And this is where a Llama just shines. It acts as the perfect bridge. It takes all that complex, kind of gnarly setup that's usually required to run a massive AI model and just translates it into something your computer can actually handle. It makes the whole process ridiculously simple. What it does is, well, it's simple, but honestly, it's revolutionary. It lets you run huge language models on your Mac, your Windows PC, or Linux machine with basically zero setup. The real magic is that it handles everything behind the scenes. You just open up a terminal and type one simple command, like llama run llama 3, and bam, it downloads the model, it configures it for your hardware, and it gets it running. It's just fantastic.
All right, let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle. We have the models from Hugging Face, and now we have an easy way to run them with a Llama. But what about the actual apps that use these models? For that, we turn to our global workbench, GitHub.
So, while Hugging Face and Llama are all about the AI models themselves, the engine if you will, GitHub is where you find the rest of the car. It's the place where developers from all around the world build and share the code for the applications that actually put those powerful models to work. Let's say you want to build a private app, something that lets you chat with your own PDFs. You'll probably find the code for an app just like that on GitHub, and that code is specifically designed to connect to the model that you're running locally with the Llama. This really shows off its core strength, collaboration. It lets developers build on each other's work to create some truly amazing tools for everyone.
So we've got our library, our translator, and our workbench. Three awesome separate tools. But the real magic? That's seeing how they all click together in a typical workflow.
So you might be asking, how does a model actually get from some research lab all the way to my laptop? Let's walk through a really common scenario.
It all starts here. Step 1. A research team releases a brand new model, let's say Gemma 2 on Hugging Face. Next, step 2. The community grabs it. They do this thing called quantizing, which is just a fancy word for compressing the model, kind of like zipping a file so it can run on a normal computer. This optimized version is then added to Llama's library. And finally, step 3. That's you. You pop over to GitHub, find a cool project like Open Web UI that gives you a nice chat interface, and you connect it to the model that's now running on your machine. Just like that, from release to use in 3 steps.
It's a pretty powerful combination, right? Okay, so let's boil this all down and lock it in. Think of this next part as your quick and dirty cheat sheet.
It really is this simple. Hugging Face, that's the birthplace, where the models are born. A Llama, that's how you actually run those models, super easily, right on your own laptop. And GitHub, that's where you find all the cool software that's built to tie everything together.
So there you have it. That's the stack. The complete toolkit for running and building with AI locally. This is stuff that not too long ago was only in the hands of giant tech companies. Now it's in your hands. So the only real question left is, now that you know how it all works, what are you going to build?